I'm back again for another video that I promised you about how the permafrost affects the building, the transport system and the water system and other things. If you are new to this channel, of course don't forget to subscribe, like and share so that whenever I upload a new video you'll be the first one to be notified. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you for returning. Without wasting much of your time, I'll start by talking about how the permafrost affects the building, despite engineers coming up with different techniques, but still permafrost find its way of like destroying the building. I will just show you some few buildings which have been affected by the permafrost. This is the first building that I'm going to show you. I think this is a 2-story building or 3-story building if I'm not mistaken. This building has got cracks in between, as you can see. This is because of the thawing and freezing causing expansion and contraction of the building, resulting in cracks. Oh, these are just cracks. It's because of the same expansion and contraction of the buildings, or the building resulting in the cracks that you can see. So this is the first stage, how the permafrost affects the buildings in the Siberian region. And I'm going to another stage, how the permafrost affects the water supply. As I said above, you can see something there. Those are pipes that supply water to different homes. In areas with seasonal frozen ground, finding water in the winter is not that difficult. By the way, I would like to emphasize that finding water here is not that difficult because of the constant permafrost and because of the winter that we experience, like for almost 7 months. Mostly in winter, people get water from the frozen river, Riena river. And if I have an opportunity to do such a video in winter, I'll do it and show you how people obtain water from Riena river. In some places with a lot of permafrost, like in Siberia here, in Yakutsk, towns build water pipes, the ones that you can see, from the water supply to buildings. So all this pipe goes to different buildings. However, the pipes have to be protected so that the water inside the pipes does not freeze, because here it goes like until maybe -50, -60, and this can make water to freeze. So engineers, they thought of something from preventing the water to freeze, and so the ground around the pipe does not foul, because when you build the pipes under the ground, of course they'll freeze in winter. Sometimes engineers avoid this problem by building protected pipes above the ground. As you can see, this pillar, it is above the ground, just like the buildings that I showed you in the previous video. To prevent the water from freezing and the pipes from contracting and expanding. So this is how the pipes or the water supply pipes are built to avoid the problems that I've alluded to. They use pillars to keep pipes up off the ground. This helps stop damage from freezing and thawing ground. This is how they deal with the problem of water in Siberia. These pipes, you can see them all over the city, or maybe if you live in Russia, I think you've observed that we've got pipes. They are just built like this to avoid them from thawing during winter, or to prevent them from damaging. After walking for some few hours, I'm kind of tired, chilling. And our next point is how the freezing ground or the permafrost affects the transport system. So I'm going to show you the roads, how they look, because when I came here, there's one thing that I noticed, that why in Siberia they've got poor roads. I did not know that it's because of the permafrost. Roads, bridges, railroads and other types of transportation infrastructure sometimes cross frozen ground and permafrost. Some roads might need constant repairs to keep them safe. Mostly here, I would say every summer they do renovation. They renovate roads constantly because of the expansion. Yeah, they expand and they develop some cracks, so they need to be repaired constantly. When the ground freezes or thaws, it can change the shape of the land. Some effects of the frozen ground may be similar, such as potholes in a road caused by freezing and thawing ground. Sometimes frozen ground creates land forms. Sometimes roads form cracks in the asphalt. I think you can see those things. This is what I was talking about. They constantly repair the road because these were like cracks. Yeah, this is how the permafrost affects the transport system in Siberia, and this is the reason why all the roads are kind of bad in Siberia. So it's not their fault, it's nature. You can't fight with nature. Now I'm going to the last part of how it affects oil and gas transportation in Siberia. Where there are pipes, it's very far from the city, so I'm just going to take a bus to reach that place. Here are several ways to stop road damage. In here, sometimes we place soil under roads in case of gravel fall off the ground. Then data can be replaced. Experts recommend painting roads with white to reflect more heat to keep them cooler. A cooler road surface helps prevent from freezing ground from freezing and from expanding and contracting at the same time. This is the repair that I was talking about. The roads are constantly being renovated, so they are renovating this road. I have finally arrived to my final station, where they do, or where the pipes of oil and gas transportation are. And these are the pipes. Alaska, Canada and Russia all have important fuels that give our cities, towns, farms energy. Getting oil and natural gas out of the ground to the people who use it is huge effort. As you can see how huge these pipes are. These are the pipes which supply energy, I think, not only to Yakut, to the entire maybe Yakutia. When constructing pipes for gas and oil, they use the same technique they use when constructing the pipes for water, the ones that supplies water to residents of the city. I've been planning this video for so many months. I'm very happy that I've completed everything. I made everything and I've shot all the clips that I needed to shoot. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up, share, let others know how the permafrost affects us, people who live in the Siberian region. Bye bye and see you in the next video.